What's up, guys? Ig here. It's been 12 days since I posted a video. I apologize. I have been so damn busy making those light widgets. It's just absolutely loud in here, so I haven't done any filmings just so I can get those out. Luckily, I made about double the orders that I had, so I can go ahead and if somebody wants them, I just pull them off the shelf, and there's little to no weight with those other than shipping. I've had a few people order those with shells. I'm knocking those out as well. I just ordered material. I got a lot going on. As you can see behind me, see these bins, see this messes just everywhere. There's some over here as well. My good friend decided he wanted to close down his holster shop, and so I took everything over. So it's going to take a long time to sort this out, but that means we can do a lot more in-house, because with that I got about 55 pale horse molds, along with some Ox Creek, some Plan B, and another vac table. So I'm going to be taking apart my benches and adding in a second vac table so I can go ahead and do 2 molds at the same time and kind of speed up with that. Along with last month, I got 27 rush orders at the same time, and so I am down to like 6. Holy crap. But what I've been doing is I'm about 3/4 done January. I have, I think, less than a dozen left, and we're going to be working on those. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a couple rushes and then a couple Januaries, couple rushes, couple Januaries, and that way I'm keeping things moving, because otherwise things get on a standstill and it sucks. And then of course, you know, kids school vacation last week. But anyways, we have an interesting build today. I have never done one, so this is going to be brand new. This is new to me, so we're going to see how this works. I'm confident that it's going to work well, so I'm not too worried. It's going to be a 2-part, because this is a 2 holster order, which is one reason why some of these orders take a little bit to get out, because I have some orders for 1 holster and I have some orders for 5, and I just got an order for 15. So yeah. But anyway, so we're doing a Rock 5.7. The first one is going to be an inside the waistband blood red with a Baldr S. That's it. So it's going to be this guy with this guy, and I'm going to explain what's going on here in a second. And then the second holster is going to be an AIWB sidecar. So we're going to be taking the PSA Rock 5.7 magazine, and we're going to go ahead and vacuum this along with this. So it's going to sit just like so, and we're going to do a sidecar, and that is my first one of its kind, and that is pretty large. So whoever ordered that, Austin, more power to you, dude. I don't think I would comfortably do that with this, but I have modified my mold. I got it dialed in perfectly the way I like it. As you can see, I have 2 pins sticking out. These pins are epoxied nails from my nail gun, from my Ryobi nail gun, and all I did is I just drilled a tiny hole. I epoxied them in there. I let that be because the epoxy thickness right now is the thickness of the blade, because I chopped this up. So what I do is I have this, so it still sits flush here. I got to push it down a little bit more, but that is it right there. And what this does is this allows you so it doesn't go left and right, so it stays like that. And then for test fitting and such, I pull it off, and this is where the optics would sit, so I do it there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We got to attach the light. And I put the lights where I think it fits the best. When I do Olights, you know that they're adjustable all the way back, as roughly as probably where it's sitting for this holster. And we're going to move it forward 1 click. And what that does is that actually helps out with the holster itself. Exposed rail, that's going to add some crap to it. So we're going to take some of our crap, but retention. And then we're going to go ahead and do this. So let's get it blocked. And with the light mounted, we got to do some stuff. Turn my ovens on. It's been a long day. All right, so we got a threaded barrel on. I decided to go ahead and remove this. I had someone, they put a AR-15 birdcage on, and so I figured if I just do this, then it will accommodate all the other crap that you could put on these guns. Anyways, let's slide this on. Go down with it a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is my tape. I'm going to tape it like normal. I just put those pins in there to, you know, a little extra security. But I definitely have this mold dialed in, and luckily, because these 2 holsters are going to be the exact same setup wise, then I don't have to change anything on this mold once it's all set. So that's good. I don't have to change blocking. I don't have to do anything. It's all going to be blocked the same. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that. With the exception of the ulti-clip is going to go on this one right here. It's going to have ulti-clip and claw. And the appendix rig is going to actually have 2 foamies on it. So that will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to block up here, or tape up there. And then, you know, luckily the brand new multi-molds, the way Tony and his crew do it now, is everything's all blocked out. So you don't have to worry about that. Some builds it could be a pain in the butt, as in if you're doing like level 2s or level 3s or anything like that, but it guarantees everything is all set. So let's go ahead and throw some tape on here. Over to the other side. And what I do is I have the tape, I have it stuck to the highest point. As you can see, I'm not pushing it down just yet. And then what I'll do is I'll peel it back and cut it right where I need it, and then pinch it down right there. And then really fold it in place. And we're going to have a bar right here, and then this is going to like impede that. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut that out. And we're going to cut this right here as well. And then we'll cut the other side. I just like doing it. Okay. Like I said, this is one step forward. That way we don't have to worry about you know, a couple things with the final fitment. And it's a Baldr, so we're gonna need our thick blocking. Problem is, I moved it. Unless I, yep, I buried it. All right, and do I want to use that one on this side, or? There you go. We'll do that. Oh, it fits absolutely beautiful. Okay, and like I said, with this being brand new, we're gonna have to, well, we're gonna figure it out and take that ride together. Right. And the reason why I'm doing it this way instead of this way is you want the more real estate on the flashlight, the better, because that stops from the wiggle inside the holster. Let's see here. All right, and if you notice, we got a little bit of wiggle right here as well. And what I generally do is actually take a piece of this stuff, which is just circuit board cutoffs. I'll mount it like so. I got a little bit more of a rock, and that's because of that. So I could actually go ahead and take that out if I wanted to. I think I'm going to lower it a little bit, but if I do, then I have to remember to block that from now on in the future with blocking. So, but all I need to do is shave a little bit off. But if I do that, like I said, I'm going to have to add blocking every time in the future. And you know what? This is how it's going to have to be. I'm going to shave that down. And we are now filed. And what I like to do is anything I cut down that needs blocking, if I see this during any of the building, I know I have to block that. And I know my normal blocking is perfectly fine with that, and that fits perfectly, so cool. But this is going to cover that anyway. And we have a little bit of a rock because of the difference right here. A rock on the rock. So we're just going to go ahead and throw that there and check to see no more. So we can lock this in place. Lock it on the rock. Right. That was dumb. And I like to leave a little bit of gap. And that looks perfect right about there. And I'll start off by doing this. And this to make my job easier. Then I'll go ahead and I'll do 1 and 2 with the medium decks, or the medium tape. Go ahead and do the second one. All right, I'm going to take this. And there we go. And that stops this from going back and forth. And this is pretty much all set. Now we just have to block for this right here. And then after the fact, we're going to have to block and put this here, which means I'm pretty much just going to take this, line it up like that, and then put it here. And then the foamy will rest on these two, and then that'll be perfect. So we'll need those for later. I'm going to go ahead and grab blocking that is from holstersmith.com. This is made specifically for RCS overhooks and ulti clips, and they're about $8 or $9 or so. And one thing to keep in mind, because this is going to have a claw on it as well with the ulti clip. It's actually in blood red, so I'm really looking forward to that because blood red is a very nice color. When you have this on, you're wearing it or you're holding it, you want this to be underneath your knuckle. So we'll do it right there, but they have the ability to drop it. So about right there is where it's going to be. Yep, we'll do that right there. So it lines up with the end of the flashlight mount. Go ahead and tuck that down and then use that. Tuck that right there. So on, and then by doing this, it allows the indents in the decks. So that's going to go here, and not going to be this claw, but also something to point out that when you do this, your claws are going to line up with that. So it's going to be right here. Yeah, we can go up just a little bit too. We got a little bit of room to work with, but generally it's going to be in that. So that's going to be here. You know what? I'm going to move up just a hair. And that's a hair. It's like more like a redhead hair, you know, or a thick Asian black hair. All right, that looks good. And the next step and final step of this prep is going to be the retention plate. We're going to do that, and the best part is the retention plate and the setup is going to be the same except for that and these. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's trace it out. There we go. My head was in the way. I apologize. All right. And we'll do a quick cut on that. and scroll. All right, guys, our piece of blood red Kydex is in the press. It's at 395 for 165 seconds, I think it is. Comes out at 380 degrees. Just kind of a reminder that all of these are different, so my settings won't work on your settings. My advice is take black scrap of the material that you use the most, so 0.080 in my case. Put it in there at 400 seconds for 400 degrees for 100 seconds, whatever. See what it looks like when it comes out, the temperature, the consistency, the texture, all that stuff, and then adjust it from there. So I have mine at 395 degrees for 165 seconds, and that seems pretty good for me. I have another press where it is 400 degrees for 155 seconds, and then I have another press which is 405 for like 120 seconds. So they're all different, so just do that. Now this is all set, and we are good to go, so I'm looking forward to that. Let me just verify it is right-handed. Yep, it is right-handed with the Ulti-Clip, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to throw it in the press, and it is currently 8:15, so right after this I'm actually going to go ahead and make an egg sandwich. Nice breakfast sandwich, and then we're going to come out and finish-ish this holster. What we need to do is, because there's two holsters using the same thing, and it would be very dumb, very dumb to take it all apart just to do it again. So all I'm going to do is rip open the Kydex, take off the Ulti-Clip blocking, add in the 2 extra pieces, and then back in the press it goes. And that one's going to be 2-piece, so both these ovens are going to be on again, and it's going to be another foam press. Once those are out, everything is all set. Now, if you're in the beginning phases, and if you're not too confident doing a light bearing, that I would probably recommend taking it apart and then just verifying it, because if you have a problem with one, you're going to have a problem with both. And has it happened to me in the past? Yes. Does it really happen now? Not really. Maybe once every, I don't know, a few hundred orders. But I've done this for so long that I kind of, you'll just know from experience. So 10 seconds left. I'm going to get that in the press, and I'll see you in a hot second. I told you it was going to be a bomb sandwich. Look at that. Oh. All right. Number one is fresh out of the press. I'm so glad things work out. This worked out beautifully. Check this out. This is a beaut. Right down the center. Side channel didn't move. And that just looks perfect. Now, let's take it apart. We have to remove this piece right here, and then we're going to add in 2 more pieces, and then it's going to be a 2-piece. I turned my ovens back on. As you saw, I just had dinner, and it's currently 9 o'clock, and I have a lot to do tonight and tomorrow, so I'm going to try and get this somewhat done. This is going to be a 2-part though, so let's press the second one and get that all copacetic, and then you guys will find out the rest tomorrow when I finish them, or at least post the video. So getting it apart is the easy part. I just pull it, and like I said, all I gotta do is pull that. Now let's add in the other. So for this one, it needs a spot for the base. So I'm gonna line this up for aesthetic reasons. And I'm gonna go ahead. Get that in there. All right. Oh, the whole thing pushed. So, no big deal. We can reposition this, because see how far it's pushed out? We don't want that. So, let's take all of this off, which is no big deal whatsoever. We do have a market. Let's see here. Rock 5.7. Baldr S. Alright, so let's throw this back on, and nice and tight with the others. Oh. It's kind of times like this where I wish my skills with 3D scanning was up.
So I just got that scanner. I've taken it out of the box and looked at it. I haven't even turned it on yet, so maybe I'll do that later. One of my dogs is full of mud, so I'm going to be giving her a bath right after this. So, joys of owning 6 dogs and living in the lake, or in the woods. Come on, there we go. Okay, that is back, and from holding it, should be good right about there. This is going to get clawed as well. No, it's way too low. There we go, right there. Let's get that in place. And again, the reason why I have that blocking underneath it is 1, to support underneath it so it doesn't twist. And 2, if we left this open right here and we have a foamy, see how half of it is on this piece right here and on this piece? So if that was gone, you're only going to have half contact and it could come off your belt in theory. So, all right, so this is going to be a black carbon fiber. So we're going to have black carbon fiber on the top and then regular black on the bottom. That's how I do it. All right, so I'm going to cut a piece of both. Luckily, I just got a 2x4 in for that. I'll cut a piece of both and get them in the press. But both my presses are not up to temperature right now. All right, our 2 pieces of decks are cut. First one is going to lay just like this with pretty much the end of this lining up to the end of that. And second one is going to go this way. I have found, and you guys can relate, if you do 2 pieces that are the same size, sometimes you get like a fold over and then it crushes. By putting a piece longer on each side, it doesn't do that fold over. And do not forget to peel that off. I have done it, and it sucks. So these are ready. My presses are not. I still got about 40 degrees to go on each one. Then they could go in. So in the meantime, you know what? I can't really mark this out. The only thing I can do is drill those 3 holes. I can't do anything else because I don't know where anything else is going, because I need to cut it to do it. So it's a waiting game. Well, something kind of embarrassing just happened. Not really embarrassing, just stupid on my part. But it angers me because it's such a waste of time because it took so long. I built a beautiful Glock 17. This is for a Gen 5 with Baldr Pro, right? And RTI with this, right? I already built the order and sent it out. I didn't mark it off my sheet, and I had a duplicate page printed on accident. So, if you have a Glock 17 with Olight BALDR, hit me up, and I have an RTI outside the waistband with a level 2 thumb strap for you. Awesome. Anyways, let's get this new stuff in the press, and then I can go wash my dog. Well, ladies and gents, it is in the press, that one, and sadly, because I don't have the mold in my hands, I can't continue this, but I went and drilled 3 holes and cleaned them, so there's that, so I get to save 10 seconds tomorrow. But you guys will see how this comes out in the next video, part 2. Like, subscribe, share, and make sure you get the notifications to see how these turn out, because I'm really looking forward to it, and I have a ton of stuff to do. So until next time, I will catch you guys on the next video. I appreciate all of you, and I'll talk to you later. See you later. Love you. Bye. I'm just kidding. Well, mostly about not seeing it till tomorrow, but this is the other one, and it came out absolutely beautiful, perfect, and I'm looking forward to build this. So these are going to be finished tomorrow, so you are going to see the finished product. Now we're done.